It's November 12th, 2024, and this is Sketchworks NewsBrake. The news stops here. I'm Brian Troxel. Well, for the second time in 8 years, Donald Trump has beaten a girl to become president of the United States. As we saw 4 years ago, he can't beat men, so he goes after women. It's the Trump way. And so begins Donald Trump's lame duck term as president. The president-elect has named South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem as his choice for head of Homeland Security. Noem said her first act in protecting the homeland will be to go out and shoot all the dogs. For Surgeon General, Trump has named the great Hannibal Lecter. Following the election results, Olympian Simone Biles tweeted that President Biden needs to make things shake before his departure. Biden took Biles' request to heart and took a shaky walk on the beach over the weekend. White House sources are reporting President Biden is being urged to resign in order to make Kamala Harris president, if only for 10 weeks. Reports say this idea has originated from someone close to the vice president. In fact, it's from the vice president herself. Here with the latest news on Donald Trump's return to the White House is Sketchworks NewsBrake correspondent Tim Millard.
For Sketchworks NewsBrake, I'm Tim Millard. Am I?
Thank you, Tim. Might I suggest drinking some water? Former and future FLOTUS Melania Trump has declined an offer to meet with Jill Biden, citing the Biden administration's raid on Mar-a-Lago as part of the federal government's investigation into how classified documents ended up in Mar-a-Lago. Melania is outraged at the raid, especially because FBI agents never wiped their feet when they entered. A Spirit Airlines flight to Haiti was diverted to the Dominican Republic after being hit by gunfire. A spokesperson for Spirit defiantly proclaimed, "You think this is the first time we've been shot? We're Spirit Airlines. We know how to take a bullet." The spokesperson also denied rumors that this was part of a new incentive. Shoot a plane and receive a free one-way flight on us. I like how after being shot, Spirit thought it'd be safe to go to the Dominican Republic. It all comes to an end this weekend. Our last two live performances of 2024 are happening Friday and Saturday night at Limelight Theater here in Atlanta. Sketchworks ABC's, adults being children, had a terrific opening weekend, giving out prizes as our audience members tried to guess which sketches were written by our past summer camp kids and which were written by adults. The ones with the F-bombs were written by adults. One person even walked out angrily when I appeared on stage wearing a diaper. That's never happened before. But there's oh so much more happening here at Sketchworks Comedy, even without the live shows the rest of the year. Next Friday, November 22nd, we'll be having 2 staged readings of Vape the Grease parody at Theater 555 in New York as we continue trying to get our little parody baby off Broadway. We are flabbergasted by the talent we've been able to draw because they like our little parody script. We're talking multiple Tony nominations and wins and actual working Broadway actors and Mr. Broadway himself, Seth Rudetsky. Honestly, it blows my mind. We also have sketch comedy acting and writing classes starting in January, so sign up for those if you're so inclined. You can double your Babcock, double your fun. Writing classes are held over Zoom so you can take them from wherever you are. Take our sketch writing classes and travel the world. If you're enjoying this episode of Sketchworks NewsBrake, which hopefully you are since you're still watching it, then please hit those like and subscribe buttons and tell your friends about us. Maybe even join our Patreon if you'd like to help us out with a couple of bucks. Never hurts to ask. Another week, another gratuitous. Costco is recalling 80,000 pounds of butter because the label did not disclose milk as an ingredient. Turns out some people really can't believe it's not butter. Paula Deen says they can recall the butter from her cold, dead hands. Over 43 rhesus monkeys bred for medical research escaped their compound in South Carolina after an employee didn't fully shut the door after feeding them. Sources say only 24 have been found, and the others are expected to be appointed to Trump's new cabinet. A study published in the journal Frontiers in Conservation Science claimed to have evidence that an African giant rat can be trained to sniff out illegal poaching and then to poop in the poacher's food. On a Sydney, Australia beach, thousands of mysterious black balls have washed ashore. Thorough analysis of the balls have revealed their makeup consists of a combination of fatty acids, hair, and human feces. The level of crap was so high in the balls, Aussie scientists have been able to ascertain they floated across the Pacific from Los Angeles. Alligators! Upward of 600,000 of them are increasing at alarming rates in the Chattahoochee River, according to wildlife experts. Sources say they're migrating north from Florida because they're fleeing from climate change, Florida man, and Governor Ron DeSantis. Researchers at the University College London say adding 5 minutes of exercise to your daily routine might lower your blood pressure and could cut your odds for heart disease. Conversely, it could increase your chance of bone breaks and might put too much strain on your heart, resulting in a myocardial infarction. All things which might or might not happen. They don't really know for sure. They've asked for more funding. A pediatrician in Moscow was sentenced to 5.5 years in a penal colony after the mother of one of her patients publicly denounced her for criticizing Russia's involvement in the Ukraine war. The mother also publicly thanked the doctor for alleviating her daughter's peritonitis. After 3 years at CNN, Chris Wallace announced he is leaving the news network. Wallace said the reason he is leaving is because he wants to get back into journalism. As do we all, Chris Wallace. As do we all. That's all for Sketchworks NewsBrake. We'll be back next week, and we hope you are too. I'm Brian Troxel. Say hi to your mom for me.